NFL analyst Ben Solak came out with his rankings for teams based on watchability. The Commanders are at the top of the list, followed by the Ravens and Lions, while the Cowboys were ranked 14th and the Chiefs at 30. So, Joe, who is the most watchable team in the
Chiefs
NFL?
at 30. The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. That's what he said. It's on my list.
They've got their fan base, and then there's everybody else that hates them. That's what you want. We got a lot going on with WWE these days. It's about getting the reaction from the crowd. The Chiefs do it better than anyone. You either love them or you absolutely hate them. Oh, by the way, 10 games they played last year, decided by one score. Close, fun, competitive games. We all into the fact that he's 30 is crazy. Number one, there is no other answer. The Chiefs are the most watchable team in the NFL.
Oh, no, that's the wrong answer. We've got Chiefs fatigue, let's be honest.
No, we do not.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people out there that are complaining because the Chiefs are in it every single year. I'm going to say this, the most fun team to watch is the Washington Commanders. And I get it, as a New York Giants, it's blasphemous to say a division opponent, but they won 9 one-score games last year, including 6 at the gun, the playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road, the Monday Night Football game against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the game on the road against the Dallas Cowboys, both in which Terry McLaurin called game. There were so many instances where Jayden Daniels was leading game-winning drives, comeback wins in the fourth quarter. The Washington Commanders are the most fun team to watch, and they might have the most electric quarterback in all of football.
I think both of y'all make very compelling arguments. For me personally, just my preference this year, it would be the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, obviously, he's a risk taker. He's gonna push the envelope. They lost both coordinators. But how many teams in the league got 2,000-yard rushers and 2,000-yard receivers? I mean, when you look at what they have here, you're talking about Jamison Williams, you're talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown, you're talking about Montgomery and Gibbs in the backfield, you talk about Laporte at the tight end spot. You saw what Jared Goff could do in terms of throwing over 4,000 yards last year, and you know that if they didn't have so many injuries on the defensive side of the ball, the likelihood is that the Commanders wouldn't have taken them out the way that they did in the postseason. I think the Lions this year are incredibly intriguing to watch, and I think they're very entertaining to watch, and you got a whole bunch of people out there that are starving for them to win, because Lord knows they've never really done it.
Joe, do you have something else? Just kidding. Before we sign off, take a look at this tweet from Mr. Beast. If I offered you $1 million, but you only keep it if the first person you call answers, who would you call? I want to know, Stephen A., who would be your one call to secure that $1 million, which you don't need?
In other words, they had to answer the call. Do you know you have to know that they'll answer the call?
Yes.
I would tell you it's my youngest daughter, Nyla. I mean, my daughters love their daddy, but Samantha is so grown. Samantha be like this, Dad, I'll get back to you. I'm in a rush. Dad, text me back. Dad, I'll call you back in 2 minutes or whatever. If I call Nyla, Daddy, you know, she's picking up that phone. That girl loves to hear from her daddy, and she don't hear from me in hours. What's up? Where have you been? I haven't heard from you. What are you doing? Nyla, that would be.
I wouldn't put you on the spot.
Expected to play in tomorrow's preseason finale against the Rams. Yesterday, he was asked about that entertainers versus competitors comment that Dylan Gabriel, another rookie quarterback there, made during an in-game interview last week that some interpreted as a dig at Shedeur Sanders. Here's what he said.
Spoke with him, he said, nah, bro, that wasn't. He said that wasn't. He told me on the plane, he came up, he was like, nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I see how they trying to spin. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm not tripping, regardless of whatever it was. Nobody's words or anything affects me, you know? So, yeah.
So did you believe him when he told you it wasn't on you?
Did I believe him?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to start stuff now. I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I mean, he's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know. And that's not on me to sit here and be like, oh, he did it. That's not going to change my life in any way.
Interesting at minimum, right? Like, we play this game sometimes, something or nothing. So this whole little kerfuffle, if indeed it even is one, is it something or nothing?
I mean, it's nothing. Like
guys actually fight. Like, I don't know if you know this, but like guys actually throw fists in football practice sometimes. So there's tension. I've been a part of position battles that aren't the backup quarterback position battle. Yeah. And there's tension. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't mean anything. So I think it's nothing. It was clear that neither of them, so Gabriel obviously said something that could be interpreted the way that we're all interpreted. Shedeur had the opportunity to shut it down. He chose not to. I don't care about it, and I think that he doesn't care either, but I don't know. This is not going to get in the way of anything.
I mean, look, I have 2 points here. One, I don't think that Dillon Gabriel, for whatever it's worth, I don't think he was taking a shot. This is not Taylor Swift at an award show dropping Easter eggs for Taylor Swift 13. Like, that's not what's happening here.
I was going to say, Taylor got beef? What happened?
No. She's just sending messages that way. I don't think that's
could
what
be
was
saying we've got, if you're going to use a Taylor reference, then we could say we got bad blood.
Right,
we used to have mad love, but then you made a deep cut. I mean, I know the words to the song.
They never had mad love.
This is your fault, bro.
This is
your fault.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes.
For all the Swifties that are tuning in.
Right.
But here's the other thing. I really appreciate the way that Shedeur handled that back and forth with the reporter, because I can tell you, as a reporter sitting in that seat, you want to build a rapport with the quarterback, and you want to me, if he had sniped right back at him and been short and been kind of bristly at it, then I would think, oh, there's more there. Oh, something's going on. I almost think he did shut it down with the tone that he had. Because if he had been, again, hurt, then I would think, okay, I need to keep digging. I need to ask more follow-up questions.
All right, so Graziano, here's what I want to throw, because you've been there and you've talked to everybody involved, and you have a much better sense than I do of where everyone's head is involved in this situation. There's one part of me that thinks these are 2 rookie quarterbacks vying for a backup job, so why in the world would this be significant to anyone anyway? There's another part of me that thinks this isn't just that, though. Shedeur Sanders is not your run-of-the-mill 5th-round quarterback. He's just not. And what winds up happening with him is going to be of enormous interest to a lot of people. It may or may not be of great consequence to the Cleveland Browns' future, but it is of enormous interest to people. Sure. And Dillon Gabriel is the guy who was unexpectedly drafted in the 3rd round ahead of him. So there's a uniqueness to the situation that makes it interesting to me one way or the other.
I would agree. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship or whether they have one. But yeah, the situation is you have a fairly wide open competition here, because the starter is Joe Flacco, who's 40 years old and not the future of the franchise. Kenny Pickett, who's in front of both of them on the depth chart, hasn't been able to stay healthy. So at this point, it looks like one of the 2 rookies is going to be the backup on week 1's game against the Bengals. So they are in a competition. I don't think this whole thing has nothing to do with that competition.
Correct.
But I think to Brooks' point about how do you carry yourself in the building, I think what we've heard about Shedeur Sanders has all been positive in that front. So obviously showing maturity there and handling a weird situation probably the right way.
Not his first rodeo. I mean, he's experienced it from his dad. He's been around. He's been a high-profile athlete for a long time. But listen, the competition was on when you drafted me. So we understand. Men can be teammates and be respectful, but it's still a competition. At the end of the day, it's not over till I win, to quote Les Brown. You know what I mean? And right now, Shedeur quietly is trying to become the starting quarterback, because this is his probably best opportunity to be a starter in this league, because all I have to do is go around a 40-year-old guy that's not going to be here, another guy that's a franchise guy that they're going to get out of here as soon as they can, and I got this 3rd-round guy in front of me. Oh, that's barbecue chicken.
At the end of the day, you just said it right. Kenny Pickett's not healthy. So one of these 2 guys is going to be a hit away from playing 2 weeks from